I wanted to touch on a conversation I had with Dave Cullen, and I have to tell you, a friend of mine told me to check him out, and I did, and we looked and we found him in one of the classes, and I was so excited to get to meet him. And in a little short conversation I had with him, he taught me so much, and I want to share with you some of what I walked away from that conversation with. And his YouTube channel is Computing Forever. And what he explained to me was just brilliant. And he talked about the 3 tracks like I had talked about earlier, and how the kids come for that fun part to meet the stars and the YouTube famous people. But how as they progress on to the next track and the next track, what they're doing with these YouTube stars, these YouTube children, is they're creating activists out of them. And so where these kids go and what they believe in, now all the followers that those children have are now following. So whatever they're being, whatever their call to action is, they now have an audience of 100,000 children, including ours, following them. So not only mom and dad do you need to be aware of what's happening at VidCon, you need to be aware of what channels are your kids subscribing to. What do those people stand for? What are they teaching your children? What calls to action are they sending your children to? So I just want to encourage you to be aware and awake and involved. And they talk a lot about bullying and the effects of bullying, and bullying has long-lasting effects if not addressed. And but that's not what I saw. I didn't see them equipping children to handle bullying. What I saw was we're teaching our kids that they're victims through VidCon, and I saw them preaching that, and I saw them preaching, they're preaching bullying, but yet I witnessed women sitting on a stage and bullying audience members, and then there's no way for the audience member to defend themselves, because if you wanted to ask a question, you then had to put the question on a card, submit it, and then they needed to decide if it was worthy of asking or not. And I can tell you the questions that we put in, they were not questions that got asked in the public setting. So it's a group that says they're anti-bullying, but I experienced their bullying firsthand. I saw them bullying audience members that were sitting patiently and respectfully, but yet they were being picked apart by the women on the stage with the microphone. And so it's disheartening and it's alarming and disappointing. And so the very group that says they're anti-bullying were the biggest bullies that I have experienced in a long time. The best way I can sum up this weekend was I spent this weekend in the belly of the beast. And I'll tell you what, I will go back. Because now I know what I'm walking into, and now I'll walk into it not with blind eyes, but eyes wide open looking for change. So I just want to encourage you as moms and dads to take up your call to action. It's time to step in. We're not going to be passive. We're going to be active in what our children are being influenced by. So we're going to wake up, mom and dad. I encourage you and ask you to please subscribe to my channel, because after today, now I'm going to have a channel. So please subscribe.